Hello. Hello.
Severe crisis and ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about number one prescribed Entyvio, offering two maintenance
Hello.
options, including the Entyvio
Hello.
infusion and
How are you doing?
can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio
Okay.
may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare potential
Today is the 22nd, I guess, or the 21st, October 21st. Yeah, today's 21st. October or 22nd is 22nd or 21st. I'm gonna check it out. I don't even know. It's I'm recording on it October 22nd or October 21st, 2024. I think I need to be updating you with the date so that you know when I recorded them. Because sometimes you're gonna watch them by say, when did I record this? So I need to do that. So if you don't know my channel, you go on YouTube, check on Alan Queen. You'll find me. And watch out for the glasses because
But here I am.
I'm not that too expensive or too extravagant with my dressing. But one thing for sure I like to have is me having the glasses. I have a thing with the glasses because I'm a very quiet person. You guys already know. If you don't know me, I'm a very private person. I'm a very quiet person. Very shy person. Yeah, I'm very quiet. I was born a very quiet child. I was born a very shy child. Sometimes when I was in Africa, I was like literally ashamed or very shy to even go out. I didn't have much friends. I'll keep just one friends or two friends. I won't even come out of the house. And my mom will force me. If you see me come out of the house, it's all on Sunday. When I'm going to church, or when I'm going to market to buy food, or when my mom is working in the hospital taking me for monthly checkup or something. You never see me, understand? I was always like that home girl, always like wanting to be at home because I was too shy and I was too when you say you're shy, you say you are ashamed. You are ashamed of nothing. You're just shy, you're ashamed, and you didn't like to be in the crowd, so you I was always at home, always sitting at home. We didn't even have TV in the house, but I would just sit at home and lay on the bed because there was nothing. I just sleep. But I'm not gonna talk about it, so that's why I'm just want to tell you who I am as a person. So that's why the glasses came up. You're gonna wonder why I didn't grow up wearing glasses. I don't have an eye problem. Glasses is part of my accessory, and thank God that I wear it. It feels good on me. So I was too ashamed and I was too shy and I was too private and I was like trying to come out of that shell. And I said, what am I gonna do to come out of that shell? Because I was too ashamed and too shy and too private and didn't like to talk. I didn't like to look at people's eyes. But right now, I will look right into your eyes. I'm not even scared. Like, I'm looking right into the police officer's eyes. I'm not even scared because you should be scared or ashamed of something that you have done bad. When you have not done anything bad, you should not be ashamed. But sometimes it comes like a characteristics of who you are, even when you have not done anything bad. But sometimes when you do that, they can come, people, police officer or people can come and intimidate you, thinking you have done something bad. But right now, I tell you, I can stand right in front of the police officer and look right into the police officer's eyes because I've not done anything criminal or I'm not done anything bad. So I can stand right in front of the police officer and I can look right into their eyes with no glasses. And they won't do shit. Understand? But still, the glasses have become part of my accessory because I'm private, I'm quiet, and I'm very shy. Didn't even like to talk to anyone. So I was trying to look at what can bring me confidence. Didn't even like to look at people's eyes. Didn't even like to look at people in their eyes. Didn't even like to confront anyone. Didn't even like to have a fight. I've never had a fight with anyone. I've never had argument with anyone. I will let you win the fight. I'm that kind of person. I will allow you win the fight. I will allow you win the argument. Understand? I'm that kind of person. Even if I'm right, like even the houses that I was staying and I was being kicked out, it's not because they were right. They were wrong and they know it. They allow them win the fight because I didn't want to fight with them. So I packed my bag, left, and moved to the street. Because sometimes some battles are not, they are not won with fighting with your hand. Some battles are not won with using your mouth. You gotta have to do other extra things to win that battle. Understand? And that's why I find most of them have put themselves in trouble because they thought fighting a battle you have to use your hand to fight a battle. You have to use your mouth to fight a battle. Maybe in those days that's how they were fighting their battle, using their hands. Maybe in those days that's how they used to win their battle, using their mouth. But we are talking, this is the modern days age. We are talking about technology. You can fight with your battle all on Facebook. You fight your battle on YouTube. You can fight your battle all on TV. You can fight your battle only the way you dress. Do you know that just the way you dress is already a battle you're fighting? The food you eat is a battle. We are in the modern day age. We are not in the 1920s where people were fighting battles, shooting people with guns, and using knives, stabbing people, and using their hand punching people, or using their mouth. Because that is old, and that's why they are fucking jailed right now and put in prison and locked up. It's because they were doing all of that. But we are living in the new age. This is a year of the new age. We are in the new age. We are in the new millennium. We are in a new season. We are in a new era where you have to fight in the spirit. You have to fight in spirit. Only the way you dress is already a spiritual battle in the spirit. Only the clothes you are wearing, that's already a spiritual war. The food you eat, that's another battle in the spirit. I've come to a working in Boston and saw that, man, thank God that I have never even that kind of a person that I was always using my mouth to fight with anyone cause them. I would literally allow them win when I knew I was the one that won that battle. They said, Clyde, why did you open your mouth to fight them? I said, no, let them use their mouth to cuss me out and chase me to the street. But I'm not gonna open my mouth to fight them like that, or I'm not gonna be in any fight or use my hand to punch anyone. But I'm gonna fight them in spirit, in another form that they have never seen in their life. This is a new age that they fight in spirit. Only the clothes, only the way you dress is a fighting battle. Only your dressing. Only these glasses I'm wearing, that's already spiritual battle right there. Only your clothes you're wearing is a spiritual battle fight. The shoes you wear, that's a battle right there. The food you eat, that's a battle right there. The lotion you apply on your body, that's a spiritual battle right there. The water you are drinking, it's only a spiritual battle right there. But they did not know how to fight the battle. And now kids are smart and wise while living in the age of newborn babies who are very smart. And you will not gonna be able to win these little babies. You will not gonna be able to win these little babies. They are very smart. Derek is so smart that he is 4 years old in 3 more, and Derek know I am mommy. You will not gonna be able to win these kids because the babies are very smart. They know who their mother is. They know who their mother is. They know who their mother. Even you're holding the baby as a nanny, they will know that's their nanny. They will know that's not their mommy. We are living in a new age. We are living in a new millennium. We are living in a new era where things will be fighting the spirit. That the food you'll be eating is spiritual. That the clothes you are wearing is spiritual. That is why they say, Clarice, you could have fight now. How people throwing you out, fight. I said, no, let them throw me out. That's how they think they want to fight. But no, I'm going to win them in another way. But I'm going to cut it short because that's not even how the story, that's not my topic for today. But before I start the topic, I will do stuff like this. So let's go to the real topic. My topic of today is short. That is why I did this. But the topic of today is tips. Dunkin Donut Boston. That is the topic of today. It's gonna be short. That's why when a topic is gonna be short, I'm gonna do stuff like this so that I know it's gonna be very short, but it's very important. So the topic of today is Dunkin Donut Boston. Boston Dunkin Donut stealing of tips. The reason I went broke is because they were stealing my tips. That was another source that was making my money. I was making a lot of money when it comes to tips. I work in like 3 Dunkin in Boston, and they were offering tips because my money was not even enough for my rent. The money I was making for my paycheck was just for my rent. My paycheck was just for my rent because they were paying me $10. I left Dunkin Donuts, they ended me with $11, and I started with $8. I worked downtown, they started paying me $8 when I left the healthcare where I was paying $12. I moved Boston, they dropped the money and they started paying me $8 in Dunkin Donuts. How are you gonna survive being paid $8 in Dunkin Donuts? How are you gonna pay your bills? Well, the only thing that survived me was my tips. But the managers, they were stealing the tips, and they thought I did not know. I'm a spiritual person that can feel it when I'm walking around people. I can feel it when you're doing something wrong. I can feel it when you're stealing from me. I'm not gonna confront you, I fight you, or I tell you that you're stealing from me, because I'm gonna fight you in the spirit, and you're gonna be punished. Something will happen to you that you actually have to confess, or you actually have to return everything that you stole from me. You have to return everything that was stolen from me, and you actually have to confess, or something horrible is going to happen in your life, that you actually have to admit it, that hey, I stole your tips, hey, I took your money, I am sorry. So that is what happened. My survival was through my tips. That is how I was eating, that's how I was dressing, because I was being paid $8. And my paycheck every 2 weeks, they were paying me every 2 weeks. My paycheck every 2 weeks was $350. $350. The room, my room, I'm paying $400 for my room. So you see that even my room, the money for my paycheck was not even enough. $8. And my paycheck comes to $350 every 2 weeks. $8. That's what I was getting paid. $8. $8 an hour. And they were not paying us weekly. They were paying us every 2 weeks. And every 2 weeks my paycheck will come $350. So $350 for 1 month, because it comes to, that's $700 paycheck I was making. $700 paycheck. So if I pay my room that I'm paying for $400, where I had a roommate that was Spanish, I'm giving them $400 for room. How much do I have left? I have $300 left. That's all I have. I had $300 left, and I have family back in Africa that was taken care of. I'm the first. I'm the elder. I had my mom back in Africa that is waiting me every month to send her money in Africa. I have my dad that is waiting for me to send him money every month. I was sitting here. I wasn't squandering my money. I wasn't like I'm not giving my. I was sending money back home. The one time I took all my money, I gave my mother $1,000. Understand? So I'm the first child. I was still taking care of my responsibility back in Africa. Every month I was sending money to my mother. Every month I was sending money to my dad. I would send money to friends. But where are they now? No one cares. No one give a fuck. Understand? So that is how I was making my money in Boston, through my tips. I found out that they were tipping us a lot, and all of us working there, that's how we made our money, because the money that they were paying us wasn't enough, and we were making our money through tips. So when I had extra $300 left, if I sent $100 to my mom, send $100 to my dad, I have $100 left. I have to feed. I don't have clothes and nothing. So those tips was how I was surviving for food. That's how I was surviving for my clothes. Because I found out that every day you can make $50 every day for tips. Downtown. Every day you make $50 for tips. And they were not allowing us to share the tips, because they were allowing the manager to share tips. They had a Moroccan manager. That one was the one stealing the tips. Working downtown, I had like 3 managers. that were working there, and I had only one supervisor. The only person that I liked in that downtown Dunkin' Donut was the supervisor. It was a white dude. The man was cool. It was not problem. It was very cool man. I didn't have problem with my supervisor downtown, and I liked the man. His name was Todd. I liked him. But the managers, I had three managers that were working there, and there were two of them that I did not like, that they were stealing my money. But there was one that I liked, and it was the first manager. I liked the first manager that came in. She didn't steal my tips. I could feel her energy. I could feel that she had her own money and she would not dare steal anyone's money. She was a female. The first manager downtown was a female. Her name was Brusha, and she from Morocco. She was very hardworking. She was sitting there in the office and she would do her stuff in the computer and she would share the tips equally. And my spirit was saying that was a very good manager. And I could feel it that she was not stealing anything from us. And then when she watched the camera in her office, she see that it's busy outside. She come outside and she will help us. She will help us. She was so hardworking. Understand? She was not biased whether you were black. She was not biased whether you were white. She was a very, very good manager. And that was a girl from Morocco. Was a manager. She was very, very good. She was not discriminating whether you're white. She was not discriminating whether you're Spanish. She was not discriminating whether you're black. Everybody have to work equal, and she shared it equal. And she worked for 1 year and she left. And I was so sad when she left. But my supervisor was still there. So when she left, they brought another manager. Another manager came. That was a male manager that came. The next manager that came was a male. His name was James. That was the thief right there. That's the one that broke me into pieces, stole all my money. In fact, he didn't even want to give me tips. When he give my tips, there will be all pennies inside and dimes and she would like you. They would tip dollars and quarters. I'll take my tips. There is no quarters. There is no a dollar. Everything penny. He would take all the pennies and put in my bag. And I was the most hard-working person in that Dunkin' Donuts. I was the hardest working person, working my ass. And we had some Spanish, some Morocco, some white and black that would come there and they would not do anything. And I would work hard for my tips. That guy was called James, was the manager in downtown, but the man was stealing my money. I'm spiritual. I could feel it. I was seeing the tips. When you are seeing how they are tipping you, and then the manager goes in the office, and then your tips come $10, your tips come $20. You ask the question, how come my tips is $10? How come my tips is $20? We made a lot of money from that tips, and I knew my tips would be like $40 to $50, and the man is giving me $10 tips, all pennies in my bag. I knew that man was stealing my money. The one time I threatened the man, I told the man I'm spiritual and you don't want to mess with me because I will expose you. So he felt it that I knew he was stealing my money. James, that was his name. It was a white guy. He was American. He wasn't from foreign country like that first one that from Morocco called Brusha. The second dude was an American, white. His name was James. A little guy was the manager. He came and ripped all my tips. He stole all my money. I felt it because when Brusha left, the first manager Brusha left. Brusha, my tips were always $40. My tips were over $50. The lowest tip I would have when was Brusha was $30. And when Brusha left, the second guy that came as a manager was James. And when he came, the guy stole all my money. And I was the most hard-working person in Dunkin' Donuts. He won't give me no tips. He will put me $10 tips, and I will see the tips right there. He will take the tips and give it to other people. I will not give me tips. And I saw it, and I said, "You stealing my tips, but you're gonna return that tenfold. You return it tenfold." And he left. When he found out that I knew that he was stealing my money, the guy resigned and left and said he's not gonna work anymore. So he left the Dunkin' Donuts. He brought the third manager. The third manager was Mina. Downtown Boston had like 3 managers. But the third manager was Mina from Morocco. That one like to argue. She like to fight. She's not making peace with anyone. The whole Dunkin was a mess. She'll go behind the back and she'll be fighting with she's a manager, but she's fighting with crew members. I'm like, how you gonna be a manager? You're fighting with your crew members behind. Dunkin' Donut, you could hear a customer hearing them fighting behind the back, and I said, wow, this is a very bad manager. How can you be a manager trying to solve, be peaceful, and you're instead fighting crew members? Yeah, crew members. I was like, that's not a good manager right there. Understand? That was weird. Understand? So that was the manager that fired me, Mina. And then she fired me for no reason. So I knew she didn't like me. Understand? That one, I don't think she was stealing my tips, but she was biased on me. She made me work extra. She was giving all my money, but she was biased on me because she treated me as a slave. She made me work extra more than everyone. Understand? You could see hatred on her, and you could see bias on her. She was this kind of person that, you know how some people who believe in slavery, you know, some people still have that slavery mentality, that thing other people are slave for them. Understand? I don't have any slavery mentality. So when you come, you want to treat me as slave, I'm like, I don't have no slavery mentality for me, and I don't want anyone to be my slave. Understand? So she had that slavery mentality. She wasn't stealing my money. She was a very old lady, Mina, from Morocco. So she made me work extra hard, more than anyone there. And she hated me. I could feel it. She hated me, and she didn't like me. And she's the one that got me fired downtown for no reason. Because after I worked for 1 year, with no break, with no vacation, I decided to go on vacation because it was too much. It's extremely hectic. So I said I gotta take a vacation. Understand? So I didn't tell her. Understand? But I texted her on Sunday. I told her I told her I was sick. That was it. I didn't go on vacation, but I told her I was sick. And I was really sick. I had a cold, and I was sick. And I said I'm taking 1 week off because I worked there for like 2 years. And I said I'm not feeling well. I was having breakdown. So she called me on Monday. I said, Mina, I'm sick. I cannot come to work. I said I'm gonna take like a week off because I am not feeling well. Understand? So I stayed in the house 1 week. I would stay in Dorchester. So after 1 week, I came back. She fired me. I came back the day I came back from work on Monday, and she said, Clarice, after I worked, she let me work though. She let me work. I worked that day. I worked, and when it's time for me to go, she said I should go clock out because this is gonna be my last day. I said, what do you mean it's gonna be my last day? She said, because I'm firing you. I said, how you gonna fire me when I told you I was sick and I could not come? I have worked there for 2 years. I have never gone on vacation. There was one girl that was there that was a shift leader. She traveled to Morocco for vacation. She took 3 months leave, 3 month vacation to go to Africa. Working that Dunkin' Donut, a crew member. She took 3 months. 3 months, Dunkin' Donut. If you work Dunkin' Donut on this restaurant for a long time and you're a very good servant, you can go vacation after 1 year or after 2 years. You can go for 3 months, you can go for 6 months. You can even go for 1 year and come back. And they will take you back. I left when I was sick for 1 week. I came, that lady fired me. But there was somebody in that Dunkin' Donut that went for vacation before me. She went to Africa. She told the supervisor, she said she's going for Africa. But she took 3 months. And she went to Africa, Morocco. She came back, I was still there. They did not fire her. There's another lady that went to Kenya for vacation. She has worked for that Dunkin' Donut for five years, and she said she's going to Africa for vacation. She spent 1 year in Kenya. She came back, they took her back. They did not fire her. Me, I worked there for 2 years. That's why I said there was bias in my job. There's somebody that didn't want me to work, and there was somebody that didn't want me to have paycheck. Somebody was watching me, and somebody wanted me to have a job, and somebody didn't want me to work. How can I work in Dunkin' Donut for 2 years downtown, and I felt sick the first time, and I told the manager, I said I'm sick and I will not be at work for at least a week because I have cold and I'm sick. And then after 1 week, I came back on my job. When I work finished, she said, go and clock in because this will be your last time and this is your last day working here. I said, what you mean this is my last day? She said, I'm firing you because you didn't let me know that you didn't let me know that you were sick. I said, how? When you gonna tell me that I didn't let you? Some people don't even tell their managers they were sick. Some people don't even tell their boss they were sick. And when they come back, they tell them they're sick. That's it. Sometimes they'll say they want paperwork from the hospital. Just show them the paperwork from the hospital. They came for this and that. And sometimes you don't even need to go to a hospital to say you were sick. If you say I am sick, and you are a good worker, your supervisor or your manager should believe that this girl is really sick because she's been coming to work for 2 years and she's never called out. Well, people that will not show up at job the next day they come out, they don't fire them. While people don't show up at work for 3 days, they come out, they don't fire them. I was consistent. You will never see me stay at home and I don't show up at work. I worked for 2 years downtown. And I only called off that I was sick for 1 week. And I came back, that lady said, you are fired. We don't need you. She didn't steal my tips, but she was she had a slavery mentality. She made me work extra hard. Sometimes I have to clock at 4. She'll make me close the store at 7. She'll make me work extra. I have to start at 8. She'll make me come at 6. She was so mean. There were 3 of them. And the second one was James, that one that was really stealing my tips. Sometimes they are bad bosses. You don't want to work for bad bosses. Well, bad bosses. You don't want to work with bad people. It's not everyone that you should work for. It's not everyone you should be working for. There's some companies that you should not be working for. There's some bosses that you don't want to work for because they'll treat you as slave. They're not going to see you as human, but they're going to treat you as fucking slave. I learned that in Boston because when I moved to the second Dunkin Donut, the people were very nice, and that was Cleveland Circle. When I moved to Cleveland, there were still Moroccans, there were Spanish, there were mixed, they were black, but the manager was very good. And there were 2 of them too. The manager, there were 2 managers and 1 supervisor that was female. That supervisor was very nice. That was a female black. She was from Africa. The second Dunkin I went was Cleveland Circle, and my supervisor was a black lady from Africa, from Kenya. She was so nice. She hardly comes at job, and they were paying. I was lucky that they were paying every week. Every Thursday they were paying my money. She was a very nice supervisor. And then my manager also was very nice. The man was from Morocco. He was so nice. I said, the people, your crew members, your bosses, and your supervisors should be convenience for you to actually have to keep your job. Because if you work for some bad bosses and bad supervisor and bad manager, they will run you and they will fire you. They will take you to jail. They'll set you up. You gotta be careful and know who you are working for. That's the lesson I have learned. Because when I moved to the second Dunkin, those people had my back. The manager left. Another manager came that was bad. That was a black American girl. She was just like my age, but she was mean and she ran me off. She didn't want me to work there, so she ran me off. She wanted me to work extra hard. Well, we had other people that were standing there and they were not doing anything. And she would steal my tips also. So she ran me off. And I left. So I worked there for 6 months and I quit the job. I moved to the third Dunkin Donut. That was St. Elizabeth Hospital. That was the third hospital that I had the perfect crew members, the perfect manager. It's only my supervisor that was bad. That was Bill. He didn't like me. He was bad blood. He didn't like me. I could feel his energy. My supervisor was Bill in St. Elizabeth Hospital. Was the third Dunkin Donut I worked. Dunkin Donut in St. Elizabeth Hospital. Inside the hospital, I was working there. I worked there for 2 years. And my supervisor did not like me. He was trying everywhere to fire me. He was trying everywhere to get rid of me. And the only person I was getting along was my manager. My manager and the crew members were perfect. I had the most perfect, amazing crew members. The first time I made friends with some American girls. Understand? The crew member, they were everything. They were just one or two haters, but the crew, the first time I had perfect crew members. I actually have to make friends in my job for the first time. And my manager had my back. He was Alex. And they were not, the manager wasn't sharing the tips. The supervisor was, they allow us, the crew members, to stand there and share our tips under the camera. Did not allow the manager to share. The manager was Alex. And that man had my back. And when I was crying, I was telling him, your supervisor doesn't like me. I think he wants trying to get me fired. I think he doesn't want me to work. I don't know what's done. I was like the best worker in Dunkin Donuts, but I had some people that were hating on me and they didn't like me to work. And I was asking what the problem is. Why does Bill doesn't want me to work? Why does Bill doesn't he like me? I'm not doing anything to this man. I'm like the best worker inside the Elizabeth Hospital. They come there, they don't even want to drink nobody's coffee except I make the coffee. And yeah, this supervisor doesn't like me and he's trying to fire me. People will be on their phone, they are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, chatting, playing on their phone. He's doing nothing. He's just waiting on me to go on my own phone to say he's gonna fire me. Because one time on Instagram, I was taking some photos and the dude said he's gonna fire me. Why you had other crew members doing the same thing? So I cried. I said, I don't know what I have done. I'm like literally the best out there, and this man is hating on me and he's trying to fire me. So we were sharing our tips. Like that was the perfect job I had. And that was the last Dunkin' Donuts I worked at. Sometimes I work with like two of us working night shift. I was working like 3 to 11.